A good inventory control is about having sufficient stocks to meet your customers' demand as and when they need the goods. One of the many ways is to let the system to warn you that your stock is low based on the quantity on hand at the point in time when you issue the invoice, or to review your stock reorder report on a weekly basis generated from the system. In this video, we are going to show you how to set up the reorder point in your inventory system. At Stock Setup, select Stock Master. For demonstration purpose, I will select one of the stocks. For example, this item. Click Edit. Click on Buying Detail. At the reorder quantity here, I will preset the quantity to be 20 units. At this point in time, this stock balance is 27 units. Balance on hand. From the reorder quantity of 20 units, you can continue to sell the next 7 units until it hits the reorder point. The frequently asked question is, how then do I determine my reorder quantity of each stocks? You can decide on the quantity based on how fast your supplier replenish your stock until you sell the quantity to zero. And depending on the demand of this stock, if on the average you are selling at 7 pieces per day, you are having a lead time of 3 days for your supplier to replenish your stock, assuming if you order your stocks with your supplier today. At Buying Detail, tick this box. The system will alert the user when the stock balance in hand is less than the reorder quantity. Click Save. Click OK. We will now show you how the system warns the user if the quantity on hand is less than the reorder quantity. At Sales Entry, when the user issues an invoice to a customer, call out the same stock. When the user issues 6 units, the system will not prompt the user that this item is below reorder because it is still more than 20 units based on 27 units minus 6. However, if the user issues 7 units, the system will prompt the user that the stock balance is less than the reorder quantity if the user proceeds with this invoice. The user can still continue to issue the invoice, and that acts as a reminder to the user only. Next, you are going to learn how to prepare your stock reorder reports. Good inventory control is about keeping the minimum stock quantity at any one time to meet the demands of your customer, so that there will be no opportunity cost of lost sales, or the maximum quantity that you want to keep at any one time, so that your users will not overorder the stocks and tie up your cash in the inventory. Earlier, you had learned how to set the reorder quantity. We shall now learn how to set the minimum quantity and the maximum quantity of each stocks. Using the same example, assuming this stock, the minimum quantity that I want to keep at any one time is 30 units, and the maximum quantity that I want to keep is 50 units. At stock information, at this point in time, this item is having a stock balance on hand of 27 units. Based on this setting, save this information. Click OK. Next, we are going to print the reorder report. Click on Report. select stock analysis, select stock reorder. On the weekly basis, towards the end of each week, you will choose to print this report from the first stock to the last stock. By default, the system will display the last stock code and you click Add. If you have got a few warehouse location or outlet location and you want to see a specific location only, click this drop down box and select the warehouse code. Click the magnifying glass and select one location only at one time and click OK. For demonstration purpose, we shall see only the HQ and click OK. The system will display all the stocks that need to be reordered in the HQ location. Let's take a look at the stock that we had preset the minimum and maximum stock. The system will display the balance stock in hand with the reorder quantity and the maximum stock. And the system will calculate the reorder quantity of 23 units based on the maximum quantity minus the stock in hand of 27 units, which the recommended quantity to order is 23, so that you do not exceed the maximum quantity of 50 units. In another scenario, assuming customer place orders with your company, at sales entry, select sales order, and two different customers had confirmed the same stock. In this sales order, there were 20 units, and in this sales order, there were 30 units. That makes up a total order of 50 units. At the same time, at purchase entry, click on purchase order. In this purchase order, you had placed the same stock with your supplier of 60 units. At the stock master here, click on the view button, click on stock information. You will see that there will be a total of 50 units of sales order pending for delivery. At the same time, 60 units of purchase order quantity awaiting for supplier's delivery. In this case, at stock reorder report, select this stock code and click OK. You will see that the sales order is included in this calculation, as well as the purchase order quantity. And the recommended reorder quantity for this item is 13 units. Based on the calculation of 27 units on hand minus 50 units that is on sales order, add 60 units that is PO quantity to give a balance of 37 units. And in order to hit the 50 units of maximum quantity, the recommended quantity to order is 13. Take note that this is a recommended quantity and you can still use your discretion not to order this stock based on the demand or seasonal demand of this item. Take note that this stock reorder report is a current report, meaning that this report is printed as at now, the status of the stock and the quantity. You cannot roll back the date to print, for example, last Friday. And if your stock is seasonal in demand, you can constantly review your maximum and minimum quantity by editing the record and change the minimum quantity and maximum quantity. or the reorder quantity. You have successfully learned how to preset your stock with minimum quantity, maximum quantity, and reorder quantity in a real-time inventory system.